Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Naked News. This is your anchor Yoyo speaking. In our Chinese language, we have a term, lazy people's package. Usually, it refers to a short article or a short video that tells you what happened in the past briefly, so that you don't have to spend too much of your time or energy to read the long news or see the long videos. Today, I prepared a lazy people story package for you. That is the story package for Japanese politics at the beginning of 2026. Let's now go and see. In Japan, presidents are not called presidents. Unlike US or Canada, people will vote for president candidates directly. They choose their prime ministers indirectly. So, first of all, citizens will vote for members of the Diet from different parties. They choose the people they like. Later on, members of the Diet will vote inside again. Usually, the leaders of the majority party will have the chance to be the prime minister. So, here is a problem. As we know, they have House of Councillors and they have House of Representatives. These two houses will have different majority parties sometimes. But according to the law, because the position of House of Councillors will be lower than the position of the House of Representatives. That's why if these two are not the same, then they will listen to House of Representatives. This is the reason why for the past decades, almost all the Japanese prime minister came from House of Representatives. So this is the first thing we need to know about Japan politics. Again, according to the law of Japan, prime ministers in Japan have the right to dissolve House of Representatives anytime they want. And if they do that, then citizens need to choose their members for the House of Representatives again. If the party the prime minister belongs to win again, then the prime minister can continue his or her career. If not, he or she needs to step down. So at the beginning of 2026, the female prime minister Takaichi Sanae, she dissolved House of Representatives, and the result was she won. But maybe many of you didn't know, the House of Representatives was dissolved on the day of the opening ceremony. Yes, opening ceremony was used to say, okay, game over. So how did all of these happen? Actually, Takaichi almost lost her chance for prime minister in Japan. She belongs to Jiminto Party. This is the biggest party in Japan. And usually before election, different parties will ask its members to sell the money collecting coupons to the citizens. They usually will organize some political party before the election. And if someone buys the coupon, means they are the supporters of this party. And according to the rules, if coupons are beyond 200,000 Japan yen, then the coupon needs to be made public. But if it's under 200,000 Japan yen, then these do not have to be announced to the public. So some people in Jiminto Party, they did something. They split all the big coupons into smaller ones and make sure the smaller ones are always under 200,000 Japan yen, so that none of these have to be made public. But this also made their activities difficult to be monitored. However, according to the news, opposition party and some of the news exposed all of these. Japanese cops also made investigation. And later on, the seats of the representative house, Jiminto Party only occupies 41%. So under this kind of situation, the previous prime ministers called Kishida Fumino and Ishima Shigeru, these two people quit because of the huge pressure. So after these two people, Takaichi had her chance for the position of prime minister. Just now we mentioned, usually the leader of the majority party will be the prime minister of Japan. So we can conclude that Takaichi can be the prime minister. No, here is another rule. That is, the candidate or the leader of the majority party, he has to win at least 50% of the vote from the Diet. Now, Jiminto Party has 41% seats. though it's the biggest number, but it's still smaller than 50%. So how did she grab the chance? So here we have to introduce another definition, that is alliance party. If your seats are not enough, no worries. As long as you can grab someone, you can grab another party and make that party your alliance. Then that party votes for you. As long as the vote is over 50%, you can still win. And to say thanks to that alliance, later on you can share mutual benefits or mutual political dreams. That's how they do. And for the over 20 or even 30 years, actually, Jiminto Party's alliance is Komento Party. However, at the beginning of 2026, these two parties were not cooperating with each other. I have to say, Jiminto Party, the party that Takaichi belongs to, is a conservative party. But within this party, there are also people with different voices. According to my research, some people in Jiminto Party, they are more conservative, or you can say they are more left. For example, the two prime minister I mentioned just now, Kishida Fumiko and Ishiba Shigeru. And the Komento, the alliance party, it belongs to the middle, but a bit to the left, because they prefer to maintain the current Japan order. But some people, they could be quite right-leaning. For example, Takashi Sanae and Shinzo Abe. These two people tend to have policy changed or to make some new rules and laws. That's why this point will not be supported or accepted by Komento Party. And they tried to negotiate, but the negotiation was failed. That's why Komento Party ended the cooperation. They cooperated for almost 30 years, and now the seats is only 41%. So how can I solve this problem? Instead of cooperating with Komento Party, Jiminto Party found a new alliance, that is Innovation Party. This could be even more radical compared to Jiminto Party. Though right people from Jiminto Party will change laws and rules to fit the new international relations, but instead of do it too fast, they prefer to do it step by step. However, Innovation Party will try to do everything as soon as possible, because for them, efficiency is the first thing. They prefer to have less tax income from rich people and let poor people struggle by themselves. I know it sounds cruel, but this is their political target. That is to compress the reassignment system of the society. So, Jiminto Party seats 41% and Innovation Party seats 9.5%. The result is 50.5%, just a bit higher than the passing grade. And to make sure Innovation Party can definitely vote for her, Takaichi also promised later on, Osaka can share more power from Tokyo. Tokyo is the base for Jiminto Party, and Osaka is the home city for Innovation Party. Of course, Jiminto Party doesn't want Osaka to share its power, and members of Jiminto Party all thought Takaichi did all of these just for her own good, and she sacrificed Jiminto Party. And also, according to my research, Innovation Party, they have another request. That is, they do not want to shoulder any position of ministers inside Jiminto Party. I know it sounds a bit weird, but I know they were just saying, I want your benefit, but I don't want your responsibilities. Takaichi Sanae, for her prime minister position, she already came to terms. And later on, of course, she didn't want to be controlled by Innovation Party again. This is the most important reason why she dissolved the House of Representatives. And according to my research, at the same time, when Innovation Party and Jiminto Party, these two are cooperating with each other, Komento Party are cooperating with Ligen Minshuto. Ligen Minshuto Party could be even more left compared to Komento Party, because in the past, they were quarreling against each other, but now they choose to stand each other. And these two parties occupies 37% of the House of Representatives. So we all knew the result. Takaichi Sanae won again. So later on, she will not be controlled by Innovation Party any longer. But left people and more left people are together. Right people and more right people are staying together. It means the whole society of Japan is being torn apart. But actually, it's not the only problem that you can see in Japan. This is a very common problem almost everywhere in this world because of the rapid changes of our international relations. Okay, I'm sorry for talking for so long. I hope you guys understood my English and liked today's video. Suggestions or topics that you want to hear, welcome. Just leave your comments, and I will see you guys soon in my next episode.